Kia ora viewers, welcome to December 2015's Earth Prediction series, last one for the year. And I think you can all agree that November was a pretty rugged, turbulent month, and we had that strange reversal of the libido card, which in hindsight I think represented extreme mass compassion events, and they certainly did go globally extreme. We seemed to really get connected with the Paris terrorist events. And in my earlier prediction for the year, I had talked about the whole terrorism activities gaining momentum and strength, and I also mentioned that for 2016. So anyhow, let's take a look at what's coming up for December. But as I say, the last one for the year, and hope that it might be a slightly better energy and reading around the place. So let's see. Money, prison, the skills card, the sage, now, and the wheel. They are different cards than we've had previously. I put the citrine stone in the back of the reading because citrine is well known for its benevolent energies for prosperity, especially financial gain, and I see that the money card is the first one out, which often indicates to me signs of slowing up of the money sector. So something causing it to glitch, if you like. If you see here in the picture, these are silver coins sitting way underground in a field, and there's a farmer behind ploughing it in a rather barren, dry, inhospitable looking ground. So it immediately comes to mind money and trouble with money. So whether or not there's something globally that our money markets take some sort of either freezing, as if they shut down, or whether money takes a fall, so various currencies around the world may slow down or lower their value as well. Given that this is a silver coin, it makes me think of silver itself as the financial investment, that it's going to take a bit of a downturn in this time frame. I also think of we look at this as being underground, so possibly underground activities as well, and things coming to the surface. So again, you could, if we're talking theoretical, it could be issues that are hidden and underground and evoked and are brought to the surface one way or another. And it could also consider underground energy in the whole of the planet, such as volcanic activity, anything to do with tunnels or mining, as well as quake-related activity. In fact, I notice when looking through the lens of my camera that it's particularly hard to see the card I was just talking about. So I will move them over and move them down like this and see if that makes a difference. A little bit easier to see. So this is the money card that I was referring to, which was a little bit hard to see in the first part of the video. Right next to it we see this prison card. So we've still got the feelings of being trapped in underground energies. We've also got the feeling, well, that's really interesting, now that I have changed the dynamic or the layout of the cards. It wasn't until I saw what's just occurred to me that we have these two cards sitting on top of each other with these really strong rays of sun. So there's going to be something in December that the sun brings into activity. And most of you will know I follow Suspicious Observers, and I hope most everyone does follow him, because Ben Davidson and his team at Suspicious Observers are making groundbreaking scientific results in the observation of space and the universe around us and how it interacts and connects with most everything that happens to us on Earth. So there does appear as though there's going to be some large solar activity or something that is relevant with the energy from our sun. Sometimes when we get large ejector flare headed towards us, which helps is magnetized particles, creates the auroras that we see. It also can induce big storms here on planet Earth, as well as quake-related activity. So there could be an increase in that, or there could be quite a hefty amount of it happen in December. Watch out then for any of you out there who are interested in aurora watching. There could be some really good ones coming, and you might notice them more laterally down the globe than would normally be possible. We think of this as being harvest time, so I think sometimes the northern hemisphere will perhaps notice some of these occurrences more than other parts on the globe. I also see that where it's kind of energetically connected to the sage, and I always think of him as sitting there with this book and he's writing mathematical equations, and I often think of him as being an observer of the universe and the skies in particular. So some sort of physics equations or mathematical energies to do with watching our skies. Now sometimes this can be when new asteroids are found or comets are traversing the skies, or we might have sun-diving comets in December. There might be some unusual planetary lineups as well, but it does hark that sort of energy. And the other thing I think of with the Sage card is quite often political leaders, large countries, and being brought into the arena one way or another. So there might be some unusual activity or statements made by one of the top leaders around. The other person I often think of is the Pope when this card comes out. So we'll see what activities the Pope is up to in December and whether he makes unusual headlines in any way, or some of his actions, or some of the things he is doing. We come to the skills card, and up here I think of it as being a card of war because it's the bow and arrow. Ground war by the looks, because the arrows are coming, they've fallen from the sky and come down into the ground. So again, it could be things falling from the sky. We're thinking of the sky in 3 of these cards. We see them a bit connected here, and this is the sun energy as well as other things coming from the skies. Yeah, that just does have a feeling of man-to-man combat and war in the skills card. So I don't know if this is going to be terrorist related and see some more inbound energy with that, or whether it's going to be more the Middle Eastern crisis and Russia and USA and France and the UK teaming up to do some land and man-to-man combat. That'll be something to watch as well. We come down here to the last card, the Wheel. The Wheel seems to make logical sense in today's age. We are going through huge changes, and the Wheel indicates this perpetual cycle of change, and nothing remains static. Everything is constantly on the move. And I often think when it's here, it associates with really big movement, really big changes going on, you know, at the psyche of people. Changes and paradigm shifts within a lot of the belief systems around, some of which are obviously good, some of which are painful, and most of all of these changes cause disruption one way or another within society. I see the wheel and the wheel up here as such, so the 2 big round messages there about time, evolutionary cycles. Oftentimes when this card comes as well, we see unusual historical things being unearthed up from out of the ground. So antiquities that we didn't know existed come to the forefront when this card is around as well. So keep an eye out for that. Possibly the Sage is also linked into that. And the other thing with the Wheel, we see this really fast spinning water. So I think of turbulent waters that may be involved in really heavy downpours of rain or storm-related energy that just are roaring through. You think of them like inland tsunami energy. So the prison sometimes can be prison-related issues that actually occur within prisons, but definitely trapped, stuck within, just feeling defeated, trapped, stuck, and the sun plays a big part in that. To be honest, these aren't too bad of cards. They're a little bit interesting with possibly the money market, but there definitely could be much more negatively geared cards within the deck. So I think for December there is some light. We see plenty of light coming in. So I guess it's just how we all pick that up and address it. So hey guys, thanks very much for listening to these series. I really enjoy doing them. I have also attached previously on videos how the philosophy of all this connective energy works, and it's all part of collective consciousness. It's also to do with the archetypes in life, which is part of the human psyche. So it involves psychology, archetypes, collective consciousness, among other theoretical evidences that have traversed many very famous minds who have learnt this material and then been able to pass it on. So consequently that is how the readings work, and that's my evolutionary process with them as well. So again, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful, safe December. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Christmas to me is very much the spirit of giving. And if we all gave a little bit more in life as opposed to taking, what a wonderful place we would be in. So be safe, be happy, have much joy, happiness, love and harmony, and I'll see you all again in January. Ka kite noa, much aroha, namaste.